Here we have a phone that's twice as long as it is wide, roughly anyhow. It's in the 18 by 9-ish format. That's been a new format that's come out in the last couple of years. To the left you have a phone that's in the former format, 16 by 9. Now granted, with the 18 by 9 format, with a smaller phone at least, it can be easier to hold and you can squeeze a little bit more content on the screen than what you can with a 16 by 9 phone that tends to be a little bit wider. A little bit harder to hold in the hand when it's a bigger phone anyhow, and you don't get as much content. But does that really make a big difference? I mean, is the visual experience, is it really that much greater on a phone that's got that 2:1 ratio versus a 16 by 9 ratio? Is the overall feel in the hand going to be that much better with an 18 by 9 format versus a 16 by 9 format? Well, stay tuned. This is going to be an opinion-based video, but hopefully it'll help you to decide. If you've got the old 16 by 9 format, you might have a newer iPhone 8, but it's in that old format, or if you got the 18 by 9 format. Stay tuned. You'll get a better idea as far as whether there's an advantage one over the other. This is Keep It Simple Phone Tech. So I'll start by saying one big advantage of having an 18 by 9 phone over a 16 by 9 phone is the in-hand experience. So if you're not a fan of holding big phones, or if you get tired of holding big phones all of the time, the nice thing about a phone, particularly a smaller 18 by 9 phone like the Galaxy S8 for example, or the iPhone 10, is that you can still get, vertically speaking, more content on the phone while having it in the smaller package. Now that's versus the 16 by 9 format here, where basically you have to have a wider phone in order to be able to get a wider screen and therefore as much content packed on the screen as possible, like what you see on this Pixel XL for example, or like an iPhone 6 or 7 or 8. Also, the 16 by 9 type of phones, they tend to have bigger bezels on top and bottom, and sometimes on the sides as well. And so to conclude on this point, the 18 by 9 phones, they do have an advantage, particularly the smaller ones, because they're easier to hold in the hand, that you're not sacrificing any screen real estate, vertically speaking, and especially when you're scrolling up and down. There's just more content that gets packed on the screen versus the 16 by 9 format. You don't have the wide bezels on the top and bottom, or maybe even on the sides depending on the phone. And you can see right here the advantage of the 18 by 9 versus the 16 by 9, and you are seeing that illustrated here. Now here's why I think the 16 by 9 format actually trumps the 18 by 9 format, and that's in video consumption. And particularly for myself, you know, I watch a lot of YouTube, and most of the YouTube videos are done in 16 by 9, and you're seeing that clearly illustrated here. You've got the Note 8 on top and the Pixel XL on the bottom. Pixel XL is a 5.5 inch screen, the Note 8 is a 6.3 inch screen, and so you see that the screens, they're almost identical in size until you use that zoom to fit or stretch to fit option on the Note 8. But when you do that, yes, it looks like you have more content on the screen, but you lose a little bit on the top and you lose a little bit on the bottom. And what you end up having is that on some videos that you watch, you see people's heads chopped off, or you might see content chopped off on the bottom of the screen that might be important to see, whereas you don't have that problem with the 16 by 9 screens, because most all the videos fit the 16 by 9 format. So until videos take on the 18 by 9 as sort of the standard, I just don't really see, for anyone that consumes a lot of video, I don't see the advantage of having the 18 by 9 format myself over the 16 by 9 format, just because when you do the whole stretch to fit thing, it's going to end up losing some on the top and some on the bottom, and the screen is going to be stretched out and elongated anyhow. But again, that's my personal opinion, and I hope that this video helps you at least to get a better idea of the advantages and disadvantages of having an 18 by 9 phone versus having a 16 by 9 phone. So thank you very much for watching. Again, this is Keep It Simple Phone Tech.